You guys, Ford versus Ferrari. I know it's going to be no surprise to you given some of my interests. Like that one right there. That I love this movie. But you're going to love this movie too. Let me tell you why. Okay guys, so I could barely sleep last night, to be honest with you. I came home from watching Ford versus Ferrari on IMAX, in IMAX, whatever, and I was filled with adrenaline. I literally felt like I had been racing for a few hours. It was really extraordinary. There were so many great things about this movie, and in fact, after my screening, I sat in on a Q&A with director James Mangold, which was totally cool. So stay to the end of the video for a little bit of that footage because, wow, that's a really cool guy. It's been a great year for racing movies. First, we had The Art of Racing in the Rain, which of course I love. And if you haven't seen my interview with the author of The Art of Racing in the Rain, please check it out. I just love that movie. But that's a different kind of movie. That is more of a dog story about a man and his dog and maybe his wife and his family. But this is a movie about beating the man. And who doesn't love that? Check it out.
Ford hates guys like us because we're different.
We heard he's difficult.
Ken? No, Ken's a puppy dog.
It's awful. If there's a problem, the computer will find it.
Get some scotch tape and a ball of wool.
What are they doing?
Making your car faster.
Oh my God, I will never see Christian Bale ever again and not think of him as Ken Miles. Just period, exclamation mark. You know how now when you see Joaquin Phoenix, you're basically like, oh, there's Johnny Cash. This is basically what's going to happen to Christian Bale because he was so in the role. It was really great. He was just wonderful. Matt Damon was wonderful. He was great as Carroll Shelby. And on some level to me, he's always Matt Damon. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the Christian Bale really, really was great.
So the great Carroll Shelby is going to build a car to beat Ferrari with a Ford.
Correct.
And how long did you tell them you needed? 200 or 300 years?
90 days.
The person that stole the show for me, though, was Tracy as Henry Ford II. Boy, he was really, really incredible. Just watching him in IMAX, the dude shook the theater.
Mr. Ford, Ferrari has a message for you, sir.
What did he say?
He said Ford makes ugly little cars in ugly factories. And, called you fat, sir. We're gonna bury Ferrari at Le Mans.
He should really get some sort of award for this because he was really great. Because this is the movie we need right now. So think about the timing of this. In 2 days, Ford will be releasing the Mach-E. It's big reveal electric vehicle, okay? And Ford also just announced its big EV charging network in this country. So basically, the country's oldest automaker is telling us they're going electric. So that means that there's a generation of kids in front of us who will not drive internal combustion engines ever in their life. So let's stop worrying about whether or not they're ever going to drive a manual transmission. They may not ever experience true driving the way we know it. They'll experience something totally different. So that is a big deal. And so for that, this movie was very special because it made you feel like you were driving in Willow Springs. It made you feel like you were driving in Sebring, particularly watching this in IMAX. The camera work is so incredible. I don't really know how they did that. I also don't understand. The models were quite extraordinary. At one point, you're in Italy at the Ferrari factory. surrounded by all these beautiful Ferraris and Ferrari engines. That was quite extraordinary. Just the cinematography and the experience was quite beautiful. And if you're a guy who has a wife or girlfriend or daughter who you don't think will love this movie, I beg to differ. They will love it. Not just because maybe they'll consider Christian Bale and Matt Damon some eye candy, but the clothes are beautiful, the music is beautiful. Aesthetically, this movie is just gorgeous, and it will take you all around the world and you'll have a great time, even if you couldn't give a flying carpet about car racing.
Ferrari's shop, there were days we had several $30 million cars on the set, but we couldn't, between takes, you only put a ribbon and cones around it, and we couldn't drive those. I mean, obviously, we were wrecking these cars on a daily basis and thrashing them also. I mean, they're bumping into each other, into railings, into camera cars, and also just getting thrashed by how hard we were driving them. And as the cars got thrashed in Le Mans, and we had a continuous body shop, we had a continuous, obviously a garage running continuously, and these cars are being rotated through it, but they're reproductions. I mean, it's just not possible. You can't drive a 1965, you can't do it. Any one of these cars, they'd be worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and you're not going to race them around the track. So we built all new.
Yeah.